how did we get here? Let me explain.
Let's start from the very beginning. Functions. The code consists of 5 primary functions. When called upon, they determine the most efficient method of completing their final task using sensors. For the starting position, we decided to start at position C, placing Disco at a close proximity to the match loader. So, Disco can shoot preloads and match loads as quickly as possible. But wait! How does Disco know when to move on? With the shoot disc function, of course. The program uses line sensors with while and for loops to detect when and how many discs are being shot. Then, with the move to disc function, Disco positions itself in front of a stack of 3 discs with information collected from the distance sensor. The discs are then picked up with the intake disc function. To know if the discs have been collected, the function uses line sensors to detect when the discs have reached the top of the intake. Now we see the turn roller function use the optical sensor to detect the bottom color of the roller. When it detects blue, the function ends as it means red has been scored. Compared to simply coding how much the roller should turn, this method is more effective as it allows Disco to check if the roller is turned to the right color. Here, Disco begins to intake low goal barrier discs. Doing so often causes positional errors due to the robot's tilt while driving. This is why we've created our final function, the drive to coordinate function. On to you, Florence.
The function uses a GPS sensor to measure Disco's current position on the coordinate plane. Then, with the starting position and the desired endpoint, Disco turns, then drives a calculated distance using trigonometry. Doing so corrects potential errors that resulted from driving over the low goal barrier because it brings Disco to a known point. The functions make the most of their limited time and skills, immediately moving on after their task has been completed.
Although this slight difference wouldn't quite provide enough time to get more discs at the end, these small steps add up to an increased stop time, and therefore a more efficient program. And now, we're at the last stretch of our program, turning the last 2 rollers and shooting 3 more discs, bringing us to the grand total of 292 points. I'm now going to pass it to our coder, Ramil.
Finally, the program is done. I am delighted that I can finish my VR skills journey because it has taught me so much that I would not have learned otherwise, like effectively using sensors. I'll be honest, before VR skills, I've had no experience with any other sensor except the inertial sensor. VR skills pioneered my journey to becoming a better coder by giving me a hands-on experience with multiple new sensors, which ultimately demonstrated to me their importance in an accurate and efficient program. So, what's next on my bucket list? Adding these sensors to my physical robot.